Hi all. The purpose of this brief video is to give you a quick tour of the class website to make sure you can find your way around, find what's most important, and be successful in the course. I've started here at the class homepage, and I assume that you can find your way here after logging on to online.okstate.edu, put in your Okie credentials, and selecting this course. You should come to a page that looks just like this. This is our class homepage. On this page, you'll find basically 3 panels across, and each of these are kind of important. I'll tell you about each. This left-hand panel is a new feature to Brightspace. You may have not seen this before in your online classes. It's called the activity feed. And if you're familiar with social media, you'll be very familiar with this. So it's kind of like Twitter or Facebook. We can post comments. Either I or you can post comments or questions to the class, and we can comment on them right on the post itself. This will be really useful for really short announcements, questions, or comments you might have, and allow us to be a little bit more interactive in a context we're familiar with in social media without having to go to the discussion board, which might be better for more lengthy conversations or in-depth conversations. This activity feed will really be for those brief things that we might do. The middle panel here is where things will change quite often. This is our news panel. I will put things here like announcements or important links to information. Every week I will also post here what I call a weekly update video. You see this preview video posted here. Hopefully you've already watched that. There will also be a weekly update video posted about 9 a.m. or so every Monday morning. You'll want to watch every one of those videos. They're about 3 minutes or less long typically. Those are where I will preview upcoming things in the class. I'll tell you about the topic we're about to cover. I'll talk about upcoming deadlines or important things like quizzes or exams you'll need to know about. You really want to watch those on a weekly basis. I know from having taught online before, many students don't watch those regularly, and it causes them problems. They miss out on things, they miss deadlines, or they don't have the information they need because they're not paying attention to that. Think of that as kind of like your weekly quick check-in with me about how things are going in the class and to tell you what's going on that week in the class. So check out those weekly update videos. And in the right-hand panel here, you see our Remind.com account. We'll post its announcements here. There's also a button here in blue to join the class. I really encourage you to sign up for those Remind.com reminders. Those will allow me to push one way directly to your phone or text message system announcements about the class. I'll send out reminders about deadlines, important changes. You really want to be sort of clued into that account. If you don't sign up for it, you can see those announcements here, but you might not see them in a timely manner, whereas when I send them out, push them out with Remind.com, they'll come to you immediately. So you should think about signing up for those. Scrolling down a bit, you'll find a widget for our class Facebook page. The class Facebook page is non-essential, non-required. It is really a for your information only kind of resource if you happen to be on Facebook. It's where I'll post news articles and whatnot that I come across in my own use of social media that I think you might find useful or relevant due to the class topic. The other neat thing about the class Facebook page is that you can follow that even after the class is over. If this topic is of interest to you and you just like learning more about this topic or it's relevant to you, you can follow the Facebook page as long as you like. I welcome you to do so and keep getting new information that I come across that's of interest to this particular topic. But again, the Facebook page is non-essential. You do not have to do Facebook or have a Facebook account to do this class. I won't put anything there like that. So that's the main stuff about the home page you need to know. Scroll back up. Then the other pages you'll need will show up here in the menu bar across the top. Probably the next most common place you go is to the content. Let's go take a look at that. The content is organized by weeks, just like the calendar on the syllabus is, so it will be familiar to you. The only content page that is not a week is a page called Important Stuff, and that's mostly just kind of a library of documents you might find useful as a place to go get. Probably the most common thing students go here for is the syllabus. If you misplace your syllabus or just need to look at it real quick, you can go pick it up there. That's often what I do. I need to check the syllabus. I just go to the web page and open up the PDF, and it's just easier to do that. But the rest of the content will be organized by week. Each week will be released Saturday morning. So if you're the type of person who likes to use your weekend to get ahead on your online courses, you can certainly do that. But I don't release content any further ahead than that. So we'll kind of stay together week by week, just like a traditional class in this course. This is not a course where binge watching or binge learning will work. You'll need to just stay with us week by week, just like your traditional courses. Week 1 is a fairly typical week for us. Probably the first place you'll go every week when you come to the course is the checklist. There'll be a checklist right at the top of the content. If you click on that, what you'll find is, guess what? A checklist of all the things to do to take care of all your business this week in the course. We'll have readings to do, lectures or videos to watch, a quiz, and sometimes an exam to take. There may be assignments like there is this week. So the checklist is a good place to go just to make sure you've gotten done everything that needs to get done. Then the content for what you need to do will show up below that in the rest of the content for that week. And it's organized similarly. So for example, we'll have a content box for lectures. An important thing about the lectures is that I produce each lecture 3 different ways, okay? So if we look at this first lecture here, say, what is sports psychology? Let me click on it. You'll see there's 3 different links under there. Those are all the same lecture, but in different formats. So the lecture video is a video of the lecture that includes the slides and also includes me on video talking about the content of the slides. I do that because research shows that those videos are most useful to students. They tend to watch them longer. They find them more engaging and enjoyable. So that's the one I recommend you use. But it does take up a little bit of real estate to have my face on there as part of the video. And I know that many of you probably watch these lectures on your phone, and you might not want to take up that real estate. So the lecture with narration only is the same lecture, but without my face, only my voice narration, and the slides take up the whole real estate of the video. So that might be better if you're on your phone. And then audio only is just an audio file if you want to listen to the lecture while you're at the gym, on the treadmill or on the track or something. You can just play the audio file, and you won't have any slides with it at all, but you'll be able to hear the lecture as well. So each lecture will be produced in all 3 formats. Choose the one that works best for you, and hopefully that'll work well for you. All right, let me go back to the content there. So that's the lectures. Many weeks, probably most weeks, there will also be some other videos like TED Talks or whatnot, and those are what appear in the videos tab down here. So this first week we have a excellent TED Talk by David Epstein I think you'll really enjoy. Most of these are from YouTube, and you can watch them either within D2L or link them out to YouTube to watch them there. This first week we don't have any additional readings, but if we did have additional readings like articles or whatnot, this is where I would put them and link them. But in week 1, all of our readings are in the textbook, so there's nothing under this tab. Some weeks there will be assignments, not all, but some. There is an assignment this first week, so this is a link to a PDF that gives you all the instructions of how to do the assignment and includes how to go and get that done. And then lastly, every week there will be at least a quiz, and in some weeks a quiz and an exam, and this will link you to the quiz to make sure and do that quiz. One quick reminder about the quizzes: you are allowed to take the quiz as many times as you like to get 10 out of 10 points. I hope that you will. After every quiz, it will tell you how many you got right, what you scored in that exam, but it will not tell you which ones you got right. So you'll have to know your stuff to be able to get 10 out of 10 of the exams, and I hope you find it to be a useful learning experience. The other links up here, we will on occasion use the Dropbox for some of our assignments. This first assignment actually uses the discussion board, so let's take a look at that. So the discussion board has a number of different places to have different kinds of discussions. This first one here is just simply the ground rules. Make sure you read through that. We want to make sure we treat each other with respect and kindness in the discussion boards. There are 3 types of general discussions. The technical questions is if you're having trouble making something work, and maybe I can help with that, post a question there. It's good to post your questions to the discussion board, because if you have that question, probably somebody else does too, or they don't know, but they should have that question. And so I'll ask you, rather than emailing me questions, whenever possible, go ahead and put them on one of these boards and so everybody can see the answer. Class questions are about things like, things that perhaps can't be found in the syllabus, like what's the deadline for this assignment, or is there going to be extra credit, things like that. You might post here those kinds of class questions. And water cooler discussions are just for kind of those off-topic discussions. If you want to talk about, the basketball game this weekend or the weather or something like that, we might put those kind of discussions in there that are really kind of just for fun discussions for us to interact a bit. And then we'll have class discussions. For example, our very first topic we have in here in week 1 is the Introduce Yourself PowerPoints. This is where you will actually put that first assignment, because I want everybody in the class to be able to see everybody's introductory PowerPoint, so we get to know each other a little bit as we interact throughout the class. I think you'll find that pretty enjoyable. So post those there. Please look at other folks and comment on those as well, but that's what the discussion board is about. Quizzes, I will usually link you directly from the content, but you can go here to find the quizzes as well. And then, of course, under grades, you'll be able to check whatever graded content is in the grade book at any given time and keep track of where you are with your grades. So that's it. That pretty much gives you the overall tour of what this class is going to look like. I hope it makes sense to you. Please let me know if anything does not or doesn't work for you, and we'll see if we can get that fixed. I'm really looking forward to the class. Let's get started.